All right, great. And so we are live. I know, Brent, it just takes a while just to get we're now streaming across multiple platforms. All right, so it takes a while for everything to sync up, like the satellites to link. But anyway, as you know, my name's Graham Matthews, and I run Empowered STEM. And Empowered STEM is it's an online tuition company that provides revision courses for A-level chemistry, A-level biology, and A-level maths for those students that want to enroll in medical, dental, and veterinary programs at the chosen university in the UK. Now, look, you know that because you've been watching the live stream or whatever platform that we're on. All right. But, somebody told me this story, and it's a really good one about American quarterbacks. So, now, look, I'll admit I don't know a lot about American football, but apparently, like Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady, like the big famous American quarterbacks in American football, really big guys, right? Whenever they're being interviewed, they always say the same things. This story is kind of like it's passed around all the quarterbacks, right? And it's this one. They say, you know what? I got the ball. I'm running down the field and I'm looking at all the chaos that I see in the field in front of me. And then all of a sudden, it's like time freezes, I guess. Like all of a sudden, I see a hole in the opposing team, like all the players. And I know with complete certainty that if I throw that ball, the player that I'm throwing to is going to catch it. And all the other players are going to do what they've got to do in order to make this successful. And you know what? They have such certainty when they do it. Well, I don't know, parents, if you watched American football, but I mean, honestly, these guys are like 350 pounds, right, with all the gear on. They're like tanks, like, running down the field, and they got the ball, they call it like the pigskin, and they like throw it. As they see a gap in the opposing team, they throw the ball with complete certainty, and they know that everybody is going to do what they've got to do in order for this to be a successful throw and the person to catch it, and then of course like win the point and everything else, right? So, like I said, I'm not a big televised sports fan, but it does apply to A-level chemistry. Now I know what you're thinking, really, Graham? This is a good one tonight. How on earth did you get American football and A-level chemistry in the same sentence? Well, since you asked, all right, here we go. Okay, look, if you actually break down what the quarterback does, all right, there's three things that he does. Number one is that he visualizes success. Number two is he's put trust in his team. And number three, he's got preparation and he's got strategy. All right. So visualizing success. Here we go. I'll talk about the quarterback and I'll talk about the A-level chemistry student, right? So here we are. Visualizing success. The quarterback, he's put in the time and the effort, and he knows that when he's running down the field, he's got the ball in his hand. He sees the opposing team. He sees the gap in the team. He knows that if he throws the ball, he's visualized, he mentally rehearsed it so many times, all right, in his mind. He knows he's going to throw that ball and the other person is going to catch it. All right, so he's visualized success. He feels confident in his own ability, and he knows that this is going to work out for him, right? Same thing on this side. Same thing on this side with your team. All right. You know, what we teach them empowered STEM, what's baked into all of our courses is this, as we say, look, you've got to visualize success, And so what you've got to do is, yes, chemistry, it sounds like a really complex subject. You've got all these reactions, all these mechanisms, everything else, electrons going around everywhere, all right? But you've got to visualize success because you can see the syllabus and which is your kind of like the quarterback seeing the gap in the opposing team. You can see the syllabus and you can see kind of like how it all fits in together. And you know that if you follow the syllabus, you'll see all the connections. All right. Now, in education speak, we call this synoptic links. All right. It's how, as educators, we get the students to understand how everything is connected between like the year 12 and the year 13 topics, right? The number two then is that the quarterback has trust in his team. I mean, he knows, because it's like they've studied the game plan of the opposing team. They've done the drills, they've done the practice. He knows they can trust his team and that they're going to support him and make sure that, he has the opportunity to go throw the ball and to win the point, right? It's the same thing at Empowered STEM, right? Around your teen is this team of, it's a support network. Like we give them the absolute best tutor. Number one. Number two, we give them a success specialist. We give them an academic coach. We give them absolutely everything that they need in order to be successful. And our students, the teens enrolled in our course, what they do is that they trust the team because they can see that, we've thought about everything. It's this holistic approach we have to education, all right? It isn't just like, learn the concept, learn how to answer questions on the exam. No, it's this entire bit, all right? But the third thing then is this. The third thing is preparation and strategy. Now, the football players, they got so much preparation. They're down the gym, they're lifting the weights, they're on the diet, they're doing the cardio, they're doing the drills and the practice on the football field day in and day out. They eat, they sleep, and they drink American football. Right. And then, of course, they got the strategy because what they've got is, they sit down and they study the opposing team and how they do all the different plays and whatever playbook that they're doing. And they know that their coach as a strategy for them to win the game. All right. Same thing with students enrolled in our course, which is that what we have is strategic learning. So I talked about this one a couple of live streams ago. It's this one. Look, it's number one, we leverage technology, we leverage neuroscience and educational learning theory, as well as academic coaching to give your teen, your son, your daughter, number one, a really solid foundation in the concept, number one. Then number two, a really robust exam technique, second to none. And of course, on top, a really great dose of motivation. All right. So the students that enroll in our course, they can see this from day one. They can see that we've got a game plan. We're going to take them through the entire syllabus from the very first page to the very end page, from topic number one to the very last topic. All right. And it's what we use is strategic learning. So we know what their strengths are, we know what the weaknesses are, and so we can quickly help them, play on their strengths, shore up the weaknesses, and then move along the game plan, like the blueprint, all right, and start seeing the grade increase in A-level chemistry. All right. So point being, parents, you say, well, okay, so yeah, kind of grammar got like, you got this analogy between the quarterback and the A-level chemistry student. Yes. So this is like, visualizing success, the quarterback theory or strategy for A-level chemistry. All right. Because at the end of the day, what you think of is number one, both the quarterback and the A-level chemistry student, number one, they do smart work. They're not wasting any time. The quarterback is not doing exercises or drills they don't need to do. Same thing as your team. They're not doing questions and practice drills on stuff they don't need to learn. So number one is smart work. They work smart, with time and effort in, yes. Number two, they trust the process. Okay, and they trust the team around them. Number three is visualization. It's a mental rehearsal, so they know that when they walk into the exam hall on exam day and they sit down and they're looking at the paper, that yes, I've done this question so many times before. I know the strategy. I've done the drill and the practice. I know the strategy to be able to get all the points that I can on this test, on this exam. All right. Number 4 then is that they realize that they've got a support system in place. You know, they're in a bubble, as I like to call it, with 5 other students. There's only 6 in the group, number 1. All right. And of course, they can access the tutor. They can talk to the tutor throughout the week in their bubble. You know, they've got multiple lessons a week. They've got academic coaches. They've got student success coaches. We've thought about everything, parents, to make your teen as successful as possible in A-level chemistry. All right, so these are the 4 steps that, you know, quarterbacks take, and so do A-level chemistry students take. So look, if what I'm saying makes sense to you, you go, yeah, Graham, you know what? Now you phrase it this way, now you tell the story this way, absolutely, it makes sense. All right, it's different to everything else out there. It's not like the individual lessons, like the one-on-one. It's not the group, it's a course. And you really thought about everything. All right, and this makes sense to you. And you're thinking, March is coming up. My teen is not motivated to study. You know, we mentioned this one the other day, and they need some support, and you're interested in learning more about what we do at Empowered STEM, then it's simple. Right? Parents, look, doesn't matter which platform you're on. If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, let's make it easy. All right? Move over to Facebook, send us a message. And what we'll do is this, is a member of my team will reach out to you on that day. They'll reach out to you, and what they'll do is they'll explain to you the blueprint. They'll explain to you the game plan that we have that's going to allow your teen easily to move from where they are in the mark book up to their predicted grade, up to their aspirational grade, up to an A or an A star on A-level chemistry, all right, in less than 16 weeks. Okay? So anyway, hope this one made sense. The quarterback theory. Okay. Everybody take care, and I'll see you on the next one.